All right, high school football fans, we are back. Hello again, everyone. It's Gene with GTV. We are in episode 11, and we have made our way back to South Florida high school football. In our very first episode, we were graced with a great interview with longtime Wellington football coach Tom Abel. He's with us again today for episode 11, so we can kind of touch base and keep in contact with our connections in South Florida, being up here in Georgia now. So want to welcome you, Coach Abel. Thanks for being with us again for episode 11. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. I'm always honored. You're a good friend of mine, and you do a wonderful job when it comes to high school football, above and beyond everybody I know. And thanks for having me on again. This is a pleasure.
It's awesome to have you. And I got to tell you, for what it's worth, I mean, I miss South Florida football. I miss Palm Beach County football, trying to keep, up to speed with what's going on down there. I've watched some of the games, the streaming and everything. So trying to stay on top of it, but, doing my thing up here too. So it's good to have you back. So I don't think there's any reason to really go into your bio. Longtime coach with Wellington. You've got a couple of district titles. You've got a regional finals appearance. You've got the school history record of 11-2, best record. You've got 3 Lou Groza winner. I mean, it lists, team of the year, coach of the year. It's just on and on. So excellent resume coming along with it. So let's get into it. The last time we spoke in episode 1, it was in the height of the pandemic with this COVID-19 outbreak. And there were a lot of uncertainties with what direction the FHSAA was going to go, and the State Board of Education on how they were going to handle the situation with, athletics for high schools, and especially with football, because there are a lot of challenges that come along with putting together, Friday night lights. You got to maintain the stadium. You've got concessions. You've got volunteers. You've got parking. You've got the band. You've got so many variables to consider. So ultimately, they had several meetings. They had a few options on the table. They went with a reduced season, number of games, but guaranteed 7 games, including the postseason, in addition to reduced capacity. And you can touch on whether or not you guys are getting concessions and parking. I don't know how that works out. And meanwhile, you've got to compensate the officials for, the crews for working the games. So, and I know it was decided they were going to go on Friday night and then Saturdays as well. So talk a little bit about all of that. And I know that was long-winded. That was a lot. So, and how we came to where we're at and how you guys are handling that as a program.
All the decisions that we have dealt with and been a part of have been set up by the district. We have a area athletic director. Her name is Valerie Miras. Valerie and the school district, school board, and all that stuff, they set up. There was a bunch of different scenarios that we wanted, and we were hoping FHSA would have started later, but they wanted to start on time. And I'm a firm believer that I think it was a money issue, that they started on time because, playoffs and revenue and stuff like that. So, but we started late August, and we've been rolling. We've had 4 games since. We had 4 weeks to get our guys prepared and get ready to go for the season. It's worked out well. Some teams haven't fared as well because, of the COVID-19, and we do whatever it takes to make sure that our guys are ready to go. We spray everything, and we disinfect everything, and mask our main thing all the time. We have social distancing everywhere we go, even on our field, and all that stuff. And then you talk about money. We don't get any money. There's no concessions at any game. There's no parking money raised at any game. And each athlete and coach only gets 2 tickets from GoFan. And then that's set up by the district and everything like that. And I think that at the end, all that money will be distributed out to all the high schools around, and whoever played at what field, and so on and so forth. So that's where we got. So all fundraising that we did, we had to do ourselves again outside, and earn some money just to cover bills from come back in spring. So we had bills that were outstanding from spring that were carryover. And usually, I've touched on this with you before, that we have our hot, heavy fundraising season is in spring, where we do all of our main stuff. And then we got money
Right.
that carries us over to the summer and over to the fall. And then, everything else is gravy in the fall, the ticket sales and, the concession stand, and then, our big banner sponsorship fundraiser and all that stuff. But we didn't have an opportunity to do that. So we did a online platform through Snap Raise, and we did a great job, raised a ton of money. Very proud of my program, my kids, and the community. And but that's where we sit now. So we're now sitting 2-2, not where we were hoping to be. We were hoping to be 4-0 going into the first playoff week. But we're very happy where we're sitting because it's a good position to be in, because sometimes teams overlook you at a record like that, and I hope they overlook us because we're coming at them, and it's going to be fun to watch us play the next 3 weeks and finish out the season, hopefully 5-2. So.
Right. We'll get a little bit more into the season and your start, and then how you guys did a 180 and some of the details incorporated with that. This whole COVID-19 has just created unprecedented situations and challenges for every program. What was going on? Let me back up. There was did you guys, what is the app called with the where you're streaming the games, the Quick Connect, or what is it called?
We use a company called Quick Cut.
Quick Cut, that was it.
Yeah, we stepped away from Huddle, and we live stream all of our games through Quick Cut, and it's a same platform, pretty similar to Huddle. But the bonus is now, we have relatives and fans and friends, and everybody can see the game. Sometimes there's a little lag to it, but it's still pretty close, and the quality of the film, I think, is pretty good, and I was able to watch some games like that last year, and I think it's a bonus for our program, and we're going to continue to use them year in and year out, and I know that Quick Cut's going to get better and better, and it's going to be one of the best programs out there to use. So it's another option besides Huddle, and we've jumped on that opportunity.
Well,
so
it turned out to not be a bad setup. Like you said, the video quality was pretty good. I was able to catch some of the games, and since all the programs there's a reduced capacity, right, with the fan base and the students coming in to see the game, and I don't believe is the band involved. I mean, how much is actually reduced? I know they were reducing media on the sidelines and all that stuff. So how much was it really reduced by comparison to a regular season?
Regular season, the more the merrier, but for us it is reduced. Every student gets 2 tickets, mom, dad, and every coach gets 2 tickets. And then, media is limited. There's only 2 photographers allowed in the whole stadium, 1 reporter, I believe. Band is cut down because our band is humongous, one of the best bands around.
Right.
It was cut down almost half. And they're social distance. They're on the visitor side and not on the home side, but they're on the visitor side because of the way we got our stand set up now. Our athletic director sprayed W's all over the stands, and people have to go sit in the stands and be socially distanced and so on and so forth. And I used to have a ton of water girls that would help out our program. Now we're limited on that.
Right.
I'm limited on ball boys. I'm limited on everything. And as far as everything else, like the chain gang, that's set up by the district. They bring in their own people to do all that stuff, the referees and all this other stuff. So, yeah, everything is limited. And, we used to have volunteers to, do stuff. Like we got a nice entrance that we come out of a tunnel with some smoke and do all kinds of fun stuff. And, it's my coaches and myself now putting it up, putting it down, and, blowing the smoke and doing all that stuff. But the kids deserve it, and we'll do what we have to do to make them successful.
Sure. So there are a lot of behind the scenes type things going on that that really have posed some serious challenges, and you guys are picking up the picking up the workload. So talk a little bit about the 3 venues. Why did the county decide they were only going to use the schools that had turf fields. You had Boca Raton, the south part of the county. They have a turf field. We'll talk a little bit about you guys. You got it. This is your first year with your new turf field. So I'd like you to share something about that. And you have Jupiter High School to the north end of the county that also has a turf field. So you've got 3 public schools that have turf fields. What was the mindset? What was the reason to reduce it to 3 venues and have every school, every public school play at these 3 venues on Friday nights and on Saturdays?
I was told the reason 3 venues. Number one, you have all these teams in a shortened season, and so you got to play on a Friday and a Saturday night, or sorry, Friday, Saturday, all day. 3 time spots. I think it was 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. So durability was a factor. So you're trying to play on these fields and trying to get all these people in there, the fields that can handle that kind of durability are turf complexes. And plus it puts everybody in one centralized location, all this other stuff. Um, we were blessed because we were one of the home fields that had turf. So we got all of our games on Friday night. It didn't matter whether we were home or away, we're still on our sideline, all that other stuff. And
Right.
It was just easier, I guess, for the district to keep everybody centrally located in those 3 spots, and then they could trace stuff and do what they had to do in a better situation. That's what I'm assuming, but that's where we were at. We got a brand new turf stadium, and it is gorgeous, and we absolutely love it. And we're
It's phenomenal. I saw
it changes everything, the way you can practice, the way you can do everything, because now everything is absolutely lined all the time. We don't have to keep doing it ourselves or hire somebody to do stuff. You got perfect lines, perfect spacing. You can do all that. Plus, we practice a little later. We start at 4:30 because I got out of system coaches. They can't get there till later. And then so now, like at this time of year, we can play. We practice with the lights on, and we go till about 7:30 at night. Still get in the weight room. We have them in pods and all this other stuff, and we do all that. But we can play music at the stadium under the lights, and then have a great practice environment, which is a bonus to us. Not everybody can have that. We're just very blessed on what they did. But as far as everybody playing those locations, that's what I believe. Now we're going into the playoffs time. I don't know what the thinking is of. I think it's just because it's the playoffs. You're doing seeding and this and that, but it doesn't. It shouldn't matter the venue. And maybe they're thinking that people have a home field advantage, this and that, or whatever. But now we have to travel. First time we're traveling all year. We're going to see Gardens this Friday.
Right. So, as I'm tracking, as I'm tracking you, in your reply, I'm thinking, okay, well, durability makes sense because you're reducing it or limiting it to 3 venues for all the programs to play, right? So the field is going to take a beating. So if you played on grass, I mean, it's just going to tear the fields up for sure. So I understand that. I get that 100%. And maybe it's easier to manage social distancing with the personnel that the county has. And there are other things that maybe we're not privy to that just makes it more of a controlled environment because you're reducing it to 3 venues and you want the fields to be able to hold up. So you use the turf field. So it does kind of make sense. But now, like you say, if everybody's guaranteed 3 playoff games, win or lose, so you're back to where you're playing a 3-game season, right? Essentially your postseason is essentially, another season. So why the change and going back to, because are they going to play all the playoff games on a Friday and then all day Saturday again? So those fields are going to take a beating, or are they all going to be on Friday night at various places throughout the county?
They're in a couple counties. So the way it was set up was we got a silver division and a gold division. The gold division is 4-0, 3-1 teams, and so on and so forth, and then it goes down the list.
Okay.
Take top 16, and if you didn't make the gold or the silver, it doesn't mean you're not playing playoffs. You still play people, but you got to find people that didn't make those 2 divisions and then play them out. Which is fine. Because all teams deserve games. So it's this mixture between Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach County in these gold and silver divisions. So,
Got it.
yeah, so they're playing all of them on Friday, pretty much. I think there's one that's on a Saturday, but everything else is on a Friday. And like Palm Beach County teams have um, the Broward referees coming up and reffing our games, and then the Broward and Miami-Dade have Palm Beach County referees going down to their venues and doing all that stuff. So they got it all in one, and then we'll see how it plays out next week, win or lose, where we're at, where we fall. But that's how they did all that. But like I said, if you didn't make those two, gold and silver, the team's not out down and out. They can still play people and still schedule some
Right.
teams. A lot of teams out there. 16 is just a little bit of how many 8A and 7A and 6A and 5A,
Right.
4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A teams that are out there. So.
Yeah, well, for those watching who may not understand how the whole thing is being put together, you're talking about a playoff system that's encompassing 3 counties right out of the gate. It's not like, last year and prior seasons where, you had your district. Well, with the point system now, it's a little different in Florida. And up here, it's a whole, they have region titles. There aren't districts. It's a region setup. But down there, if you remember, historically, it was the district champion and the runner-up, and then with the point system, you could play a team out of county right out of the gate, depending on what seed you were. So now that you're, just about everybody's going to be playing probably a team, out of the county in their first run, with an exception of maybe some, like you guys are going to end up playing Gardens, which is a longtime rival. So
Yeah.
It's kind of good that it's nice to see that you're playing Gardens. That's going to be a heck of a matchup. So, but for those that are watching, they trying to figure everything out and why, all these moving parts are the way they are. Well, that kind of makes sense. So let's change gears a little bit and go into the season in a little more detail. So you guys start out, you don't get a kickoff classic. You didn't have a spring. You come in, you're in a reduced season with everybody else. You go, you're 4 games for your regular season, and you come out of the gate, you go 0-2. However, your first matchup is against Royal Palm, another local team. You lose by 5 points. So, it's a close, tight matchup. Then you go and host Pahokee, and you're leading most of the game, and you end up going into double overtime, and you lose by 5. So you're 0-2 midway through this shortened season. What's going through your mind right now, and how you're going to manage the team, midway through the season? You're 0-2.
Well, first I want to talk about the first 2 games that we lost. I'm not going to take anything away from the 2 teams that beat us because they deserved to win. We didn't, but in actuality, we know that we were way better than them because we played Royal Palm, and we had 11 penalties and they had none. And we also had a touchdown called off the board by an alleged clip in the back, and then, you go back and look at film multiple times and there's no clip, there's no this, there's no that. So, that game we felt we were battling 2 entities. We were battling the referees and the team, and Royal Palm deserved to win. They did a great job of game planning and doing what they had to do to put points on the board to, be successful. They're a tough team, and Coach DeCosta's got it going over there, and he's going to do some good things. So we thought, if we cleaned up our mistakes, because we felt that was all on us, all the penalties, all of our mistakes, jumping off sides, holding, you name it, personal fouls here and there,
Right.
Whatever. That's our main goal. So, we've been focusing on cleaning up everything. Then we go in the Pahokee game, and Coach Bolden and I are good friends again, and once again, no offense to any of these teams that we play. Everybody knows me. I'm for that team, but we believe that we can fare up well against everybody and beat everybody. And we had the lead late in the game, and then once again we got the penalty bug, and penalty bug put Pahokee in a good position to throw a bomb over the top to tie the game to put us in overtime. And then we talked about finishing, and we couldn't be finishers and do what we needed to do. We had to do some soul searching and figure out, okay, we keep putting ourselves in these bad positions by shooting ourselves in the foot with repeated penalties. And, it's not like I'm not putting our guys in situations. I mean, we got situational days where, we're going offense, defense, special teams, offense, defense, special teams. And I'm putting them in situations all day, blowing the whistle. We're going, we're doing this. We got scripts. My coaches and I were doing what we have to do. So we thought we prepared them well. The one thing we didn't prepare them on was mental toughness. So mental toughness is the key to winning any football game. So we started getting mentally tough, and we had to find ways to get them mentally tough. And if that was with a little discipline or whatever, then that's what we did. But now they became mentally tough, and we went into a very hard-fought Santa Lucia's game. And Coach Cole, once again, another wonderful, wonderful football coach.
Yeah.
They were big. They were
strong
strong.
program. District champs last year.
Yeah, they were big. They were strong. We knew that we were in for a battle. And then all of a sudden, we tightened up all of our mistakes. Still had a few penalties here and there, but we tightened it up pretty well. And then started putting some points on the board. The offense was clicking. The defense started playing lights out like they should have. And then we started finding our stride. And then we went into the Olympic Heights game. And I believe that we should have came out strong, but we came out a little flat. And then second half, we found our stride again, and then they just everything fell into place. The offense was doing very well. The defense did very, very well. And I think that game I only had, I think we had maybe 6 penalties at the most. And 6 to me still is a lot. And we need to, keep cleaning that up. So that's what we focused on today at practice again was, being mentally tough, cutting down the mistakes because the less mistakes wins the game, and that's where we've been. And you've seen our program in the past, every time we eliminate mistakes and we play almost flawless, we come out victorious. So that's our ultimate goal as we try to make this playoff run good and special for our seniors and our program. And the village of Wellington, the high school, our principal, our AD, everybody that is behind us. We want to just make a great showing these last 3 games and send the seniors out with a bang. So
right. Well, you kind of breeze through the mental toughness and the discipline and all the things all the little things that you're focusing on that add up that do make a difference. But let's give credit where credit is due. The last 2 games, you offensively, you score 66 points and only give up 13. So what was defensively, that's a huge achievement. 13 points in 2 games, a shutout in the final game. And offensively, I did catch some of the Heights game. You're typically known to throw the ball and air it out, but you had quite a running game going also in that last game. So what was the response from the players in this turnaround? So, I mean, we obviously their performance shine, it came through at the end of the day, but what was the response for them at the peak when they're at that 0-2 point and then they're coming into that second part of the season?
We had, I got a great group of seniors. And so the seniors have taken it upon themselves this year to change the culture because last year, unfortunately, we went through some turmoil where I got a alleged suspension that was thrown out, and it really damaged our program, hurt our program, and we started getting this mental thing in our brain as a football program that it was okay to not go hard, not be successful, and all this other stuff. So we finally broke out of that, and the seniors just kept saying, "All right, now this is the way it should be. This is the way it should have been a long time ago," and they just want to continue to keep it going. So all the credit goes to the seniors and doing what they have to do. They're studying more, they're learning more. The practices. I mean, my coaching staff this year and my players and everybody, man, this is a breath of fresh air this year. Everybody's such a pleasure to be around. All my coaches have stepped up. All my coaches have coached and out-coached everybody, the past couple games and done what they have to do to be very, very successful. So all in all, it's the seniors. It is the people you surround yourself with. So, I'm very blessed to have a great football staff. And we work extremely hard and well together, and especially on a Friday night. Everything is coming together and clicking, and everybody's got, they're right on point, and there's no arguing, there's no fighting, there's no nothing like that. It's
And all that
awesome.
stuff makes a difference.
Yeah, and it hasn't been like that in a couple of years at my program, and it's very difficult to find the right staff, and the players feed off that too, and
Sure.
we found the right staff, and the players feed off it, and they're hungry and they want to be there. And this is the first time in a long time we've had 100% participation in everything. Attendance is taken daily, and the kids know if they're not there, if they're not doing what they have to do, there's consequences. So mainly, like I said, the main credit goes to two entities, and that is, our seniors and our coaching staff. My coaching staff that I have is they're both amazing. They make our program look very good right now.
And your performance is proof positive of that. So you mentioned the seniors. Talk about some of the leaders that have stepped up, the seniors that are really stepping up and getting into that role where the other players are looking up to, and that they're leaning on. You guys are leaning on to help motivate the team, keep them together, and keep that machine finely tuned going into these last two games and then into the postseason. We'll talk a little bit about the Gardens game coming up, but talk about some of these seniors that you've had to rely on that are really stepping up and doing their role.
Yeah, I got 16 quality seniors that all have a valuable role in my program. They are outstanding individuals. I'm only going to touch base on a couple of them, but I could talk about all 16 of them. I'm trying to get all 16 of them into college, and they know that. But I got. I'm going to talk about my captains first. I got Johan Henry, Denali Smith, Elijah Perez, and Isaiah Favors, and then I have a sophomore captain, that's Ryan Anthony. But we'll get to him later.
Sure.
But those seniors right there, those seniors have been in the program with me for 4 outstanding years, and they've seen the good and they've seen the bad, and they just want to keep the good going, and Johan is a baller, and he's going to play some big time college football. He's doing everything right on offense and defense. Big catches on offense, great tackles, good major interceptions for us on defense.
He's really developed. I've watched him. I remember when he was, a freshman, and watching him develop. He's almost kind of like a sleeper athlete. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, last year he was solid, but this year, I think he's. Imagine a regular season, imagine a regular 10-game season, with a kickoff classic, what some of these guys could do as far as, they'd have quite a collection of footage available to market themselves for any program. But man, he's having a incredible season. You got to be thrilled.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very happy with Johan. He went through some ups and downs, some turmoil. He got speared 2 years ago, and had a spleen issue and all this stuff, and got all built up.
I remember that.
He's a major contributor to our program, and we're blessed to have him as a captain. We also have Denali Smith. Denali has been a 3-year starter for me on offensive line, defensive line. And he is our inspirational leader, our go-to leader, just like Johan and the rest of them. But, he's just very, very positive this year. And he is just, his film, his I don't know if you saw his highlight film, but he's wrecking people, man. He's on fire. He's doing a good job. And we're very, very blessed to have a kid like Denali in our program. And then we got our big dog, Isaiah Favors, top 63 player.
Yep.
He's got some college offers. He's had some big, humongous hits, some big, huge sacks, major tackles, and stuff like that. And he moonlighted for a little bit in practice. We haven't done it in game, but in practice, he's moonlighted as a tight end and sniffer back for us and all that other stuff.
Nice.
But then Elijah Perez, he's a basketball and football kid.
Yep.
And Elijah's starting defensive back for us. and his game has stepped up tremendously. From the first game, he let up a couple big balls, and then all of a sudden he just took it upon himself to change the way he played and step up. And as a result, the kids nominated him as one of the captains, and he's a good leader as well. He's tweaked his knee, but with the Thanksgiving break now, he's all nice and healthy and good to go. So we're blessed to have him. I also have I got a senior linebacker, Landon Davis. Landon is he's got, I think, 5 offers right now, but he's our Mike linebacker, and he's a weight room kid that just does everything right. I mean, we're so blessed to have him too. I mean, I can go, I got Lucas Lingori. Lucas is a
Yeah.
wide receiver for us. I mean,
Josh Mylock.
Josh is not a senior. Josh is a junior.
Wow, he's only a junior? I thought he was a senior.
But I do have I have 2 other guys. I got Stephen Cortez.
Yeah,
and
Stephen.
Ronnie. Stephen is and what we have is we have yin and yang. So we have Stephen that can scat around and use the speed, and then we have Josh who's the bruiser, and he's going to pound.
Yeah, he just pounds that rock.
Yeah, he's so we got both them guys, and Stephen's healthy, and Stephen had 2 touchdowns last game for us. Josh has had multiple touchdowns for us so far, and then we got another guy. His name is Ronnie St. Bird. He's another senior. He's a transfer from Tampa Chamberlain High School, and we're using him now in the Wildcat, but he's also starting corner for us. He's shut down, lockdown corner. Had some major big plays for us this year. Some big, huge runs on offense for us this year. The list goes on. And then, I got a star left tackle that's also a defensive lineman for us too, and that's Mason Powell. And he's got the best technique I have seen of an offensive lineman in a long time. And he'll drive block anybody into the ground. Doesn't matter how big you are, he'll take you on. I mean, the list is endless. We can go on and on and on of all my seniors I got. And I got a kicker, Matt Palma, and I got another kicker, Gabe Melee. They're both, can contend for the Lou Groza, which is the kicker award,
Right.
Matt's leg is enormous, and he's also got a minor injury, but he's kicking through the minor injury and still banging 50-yarders with a minor injury, so that tells you a lot about him.
Wow.
And Gabe Melee, because we're so bonused with kickers in our program, kickers and punters. Gabe is seeing a lot of playing time because Matt's not kicking off right now because of a slight injury. Matt's doing PATs and field goals, so Gabe's getting an opportunity as well, and he's also 50-yard field goal kicker, and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's looking really good.
Talk about your quarterback. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, you talk about it. This kid, Ryan Anthony, is he's a pleasure to be around. He is one of the greats. It's going to come out of Wellington. He's going to be on the same lines as the Shannon Patrick and the Blake Deaver and Matt Oxendines and the Ben Schmickleys and all the guys that came before him. He's going to rank up there, probably beat them all out and be one of the best, because I think he is an Elite 11 quarterback. But he's very smart, very intelligent, and he's a pure athlete. He'll kill you with his feet, and he'll kill you with his hands and his arm. Mainly he'll just kill you with his brain and his attitude. Very calm, very poised. He knows exactly what he's going to do, when he's going to do it. And he's got a monster arm, and he knows where to put it for our receivers, and they're off and running. So, yeah, he's going to hopefully lead us to the promised land. And we haven't had a guy like that at the quarterback helmet in a long time.
So he gets the attention of the offense when he's in the huddle and he's doing his thing. He gets their attention.
Yeah, I mean,
as a sophomore, that's impressive.
As a sophomore, they nominated him as a captain. There's a reason they nominated him as a captain, because his presence. I mean, he just tells them, and it's awesome to watch him at practice and everything like that too, because the kids are so amazed and they're just like, "Oh my God, you see that throw, coach? Did you see this? You see that?" I'm like, "Yeah. We're very blessed to have a young man like that in our program." So
he's got some wheels.
He's really fast. Plus, he's a dual sport athlete. I mean, he's a all-state lacrosse player too. So I mean, he's he tears it up on the lacrosse field, and those guys are blessed to have him as well. And he's their leader in the lacrosse program as too. So it's fun to watch him play. I mean, I just want to get him the ball, and I say, you know what to do. I mean, I'm giving him more leeway now. We call play, and I say, you pick the side, you pick this, you pick that, you know what to do, and he goes out and does it. So as a
Wow.
sophomore, it's good, and we're going to develop him over the next 2 years to be the best of the best. So it'll be fun when he's a senior. I can just sit back and say, yeah, just pick whatever you want.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of positive things going your way. You're going in a good direction, a great direction. So how do you maintain that momentum, especially coming into your first postseason game against Palm Beach Gardens? Big rival team. What's your record against Gardens? Is it 6-2?
6-2. They beat us in 2015 for the district championship. They won the district championship. We were district runner-up, and then last year they got us pretty good. And I was not there on the sidelines for that game. So we have some major. I like that environment. I like going over to their field. I like the way it feels, and
There's a long history there.
And it's pretty cool, man. I mean, Gardens is one awesome football team, and they got great staff every year. And Tyrone Higgins is doing a great job with what he's got over there now. I mean, he's the new head coach over there. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a battle, and I tell the kids, this is one of them teams where you got to bring your A game because they're gonna capitalize off of mistakes, and we can't go in there having mistakes. We got to be mistake free in order to come out of it well. And our boys have responded over the years and all the in the 8 times we played them, and stepped it up. So we're gonna go in there and we're gonna give our best effort. And you talk about what keeps them going. One of the main things we want to do is we want to be back on the top and be considered one of the best teams in Palm Beach County because, no offense to sports writers or anything like that, but people that know football should know football, and some people don't. And teams and stuff get ranked and all this other stuff, and our kids see that or whatever. So we just want to go in, we want to make a statement, and we want to end up the year 5-2. And if God willing, we end up going 5-2. I promise our boys maybe we'll get a ring and sport it around and show them,
Nice.
show them, that we ran the table in the playoffs. But and then everybody knows that I have no lack of confidence. I'm going in. I'll take any one of my teams versus anybody, anytime, anywhere. And that could be considered jerkish or whatever, and I'm not. I'm all for every coach, every team, and I want them to feel the same way I do about their teams. And we're just going to go in, we're going to battle, and we're just going to let the cards fall on a Friday night. And that's why I coach football. I love trying to battle somebody on a Friday night, figuring out a way to do it, and then turn around on a Saturday and going, dang, that was an awesome experience. So.
Well, when teams face you, they've got to expect the unexpected. I think that you've earned a reputation that you it's no secret that you guys throw the ball, you air it out, you'll do the wildcat, the onside kick. So they've got to come in, hey, expect the unexpected. So that makes it all that much more of an entertaining contest for sure, especially against a team like Gardens. So that's got to be one of the top games to be watching in the area for sure. So there's a long history there going way back, with you guys battling out for the district every year. So some really good times, some good memories.
Yeah, we've been blessed. Our 2 district championships came against them. Those teams back then were amazing. And I'm talking about not our teams. I'm talking about Gardens teams. I mean, you got multiple Division I athletes all over the country that played, that come out of Gardens. And we just game planned, and got lucky a couple times and so on and so forth. So it'll be fun to watch on this Friday night. And, you'd mentioned it before. We are playing an in-county team. Majority of our teams in the county are playing out of county, but we're going to relish this. And I know Tyrone's going to have his team ready to go. Tyrone and I are, like I said, good friends. I like him a lot and what he does and what he offers to his program and his community. And, he's going to have his boys ready. I'm going to have mine ready. And at the end of the game, we're just going to walk over, shake each other's hands, give each other a hug, and go about the business and go at it again. So, that's what football is all about, and especially this rivalry of Gardens and Wellington is going to go on for a long time.
Absolutely. So the game is this Friday. It's kickoff. It's at Palm Beach Gardens, and kickoff is at what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay, a little early. Well, I think all your games have all your games been at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, our county had some issues with a bunch of stuff or whatever, and they start all games at 6. A lot of us go. I'm not a fan of it. I wish we'd go back to 7:30 someday, but
it's a bit early, but
we'll deal with what we can with the 6 o'clock game. At least we got games, So.
Yeah. Hey, at least you're stepping on the field. At least you're going to get the ball for sure. So, well, Coach, I wish you good luck Friday. Wish you much success. Thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate it. It's been an honor. It's great to see you again. Great to have you back in episode 11. Good luck Friday, and look forward to a lot of success with Wellington football.
Hey, thank you again. Thanks for having us. I mean, you're a dear friend, and anybody that's watching this, you need to go at Photos by Gene if you're a Georgia person, because he's the best around. I don't know why people haven't picked him up yet. I know some have. Some he's still new up there, but Photos by Gene, and then Gene TV is amazing as well. And
Gene TV.
Yeah, that's right. And this one last shout out, if you don't mind, I'm going to say good luck to all the Palm Beach County teams this Friday. We're going to represent Palm Beach County, whether we're playing in the county or a team out of the county. All of our coaches and all of our teams are awesome. And they all know that, I root for every single one of our coaches in our county because I think, we got some of the hardest jobs to do, especially down here in our county where, we got limited resources, limited coaches, limited this, limited that. And so, more power to all them, and go kick some major butt this weekend, Palm Beach County coaches and teams. Good luck to you.
Yep, represent the 561. All right, Coach, good luck, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. And there you have it. Episode 11 is in the books. It was awesome having Coach Abel on again for the second time. So don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. It's Photos by Gene GTV. Check out the website, photosbygene.net. This episode is sponsored by Photos by Gene LLC. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and you won't regret it. We'll see you next time. Lots of content coming your way. Check it out.